Hey Dee, can you hear me okay?
Yes, very
Okay,
well.
perfect. I can hear you too.
Thank you. Pam, you guys have a little snow up there now in Oregon?
We did not, but we spent the night at our son's in Roseburg last night, and there was quite a bit of fog and ice on the ground.
Oh,
But no, no snow. It was
wow.
super freezing cold though.
Yeah, 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 it's been cool down here, as you know, but
Yeah.
quite that bad. I think up in Fraser Park, probably very cold, but the the big, weather event, if you want to call it that, are all the fires all over the place.
Yeah, and Castaic as well. And we did have frozen pipes where we were, so in Lake of the Woods.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Um, I
What
know.
did Pam tell me? Say that again.
There were frozen pipes in Lake of the Woods, not where I am.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But it is cold enough here. Like we're getting a freeze warning, especially for the homeless, you know.
Wow. Yeah. What are the crops there?
It's the grass seed capital. So,
Hmm.
but I swear there's mustard seed out there. Um, Lots of hay, plenty of tulips. They have tulip fields out here too. It looks like
Wow.
they're
Yeah.
starting. Sorry.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm going to bring this meeting to order. This is the Fraser Park Public Utility District. The time is 4 o'clock. And this is the regular state planning and project meeting for Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. We do not have anyone at additional teleconference locations, even though it says that on our agenda. And I'm going to call this to order, as I already said. We're going to start with the pledge to the flag, if we can all rise. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Roll call directors. Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman is absent, but I think on his way potentially. Director Gibson.
Here.
Director Kelling.
Here.
And I'm Director Schoenberg, and I am presiding over the meeting. So that brings us to item number 2, discussion vote adjust agenda if necessary. Are there any adjustments we need to make to the agenda?
None that I know
All right, hearing none, I'm gonna move on to item 3, public comments. These are items not listed on the agenda. We limit this to 5 minutes. Thank you. Is there any member of the public that would like to, there's none present here in person. Is there anyone who wants to speak as public for an item that is not listed on the agenda? Okay, hearing none, we're gonna go to standing committee reports. We'll start with the accounts payable committee.
We met, we went through the invoices, and then we asked Deborah to check, cut the checks. And we'll discuss that in financials.
Thank you, Director Kelling. State update meeting committee. We have minutes that are part of this meeting that reflect what happened at the last week at the state update meeting. Nothing remarkable. We were missing some important people like Ruben from the state, so we didn't get a whole lot accomplished. Okay, quarterly financial committee.
We have not met.
Right. Moving on, any questions for any of the standing committees before I move on to item 5? Okay, item 5, ad hoc committee reports, the planning projects committee. We have not met since the last meeting, or since we became an ad hoc. Easements and deeds committee.
We have not met.
Okay, standby fee committee.
Did you guys meet?
Oh, we did not meet.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
And rate study committee.
Who's on the rate study?
You.
and Brahma.
Oh, we have not met either.
Okay, so any questions? It doesn't look like anybody's met at this point, so, since the last meeting. Okay, moving on to item 6, financial business. Discussion vote on accounts payable and financial information. This is you, Deborah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Evening.
We prepared 8 checks from the revenue operating account totaling $6,440.66. There were no extraordinary disbursements.
Thank you, Deborah. Do we have questions for the, as far as the accounts payable and financial information goes?
I don't think so.
I think my one question, actually, Terry.
Yeah, they were asking Deborah about the property tax on the copy machine. Do you recall
Okay,
that?
Yeah, I
so,
don't remember being
yes,
charged for the back.
hello?
Yes,
So, normally businesses pay property tax on the, fixed assets that you have, but you don't pay taxes. And I believe this particular machine maybe is under lease and they're passing on their property tax charge for that machine.
yeah, it is under lease, but I had not seen that on our bill before, so I think that's new.
And it may be it's new because they just caught it, or it's something that it's a new policy for them. I don't know.
What was it?
It was,
Just out of curiosity, was it a lot?
I wouldn't find it anymore. It was like 20 something dollars. I think. I don't think it was cheap.
Nothing crazy.
But is it gonna be every month or once a
Yeah,
year?
I think it might be every month. That's the only thing, so it definitely puts up our.
Get taxed once a year if it's property tax. Don't get taxed every month for your property tax. Be pretty expensive.
Well, okay, property tax 24, it wound up being $83.29.
Oh, that's.
Can I see that? I'll follow up with them and ask them what the deal is with that.
So they charge us for more than 1 month.
It
Or-
might
Looks
be
like it's a
quarterly.
year. There's the charge, then there's a tax there's a property tax bill, then there's a tax on the property tax, and then, so that gave us a total of 83.
Yeah, cause I just started.
Because it was 70, the current charge is $76.94. There's a tax amount of $6.35,
Yeah, I read it
which-
wrong, yeah.
which then it's $83.29.
Yeah, I bet you it's a new California tax,
So,
cause it says California 2024
yeah,
property tax. I bet you it just came out in 2024.
Okay,
so,
okay, well, yeah, it was almost $100 more than it usually is. but that
Yes,
makes sense.
and
Okay,
I'll make a motion that we pay our bills.
I'll second that.
okay, any
Oh, wait.
discussion?
Okay, go ahead.
Was there any discussion on that?
No.
Okay, roll call directors, Director Garcia is absent, Director Nyman is absent, Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
And Director Schoenberg is an aye. That motion passes 3-0-0 with 2 absents.
Lisa, this
Okay,
is Joan. I have a question about financials.
Yes,
Terry, I'm assuming since it's the end of the month, you didn't do any transfers. Is that correct?
I didn't transfer anything.
Okay, and the 40,000 that was transferred and talked about at last meeting, that was put back to wherever it came from? Or was that
Yes,
left
it
in
was.
operating? Okay,
Nope.
perfect. Thank you.
With that. And the only other thing on financials is that we got, from our workers' comp, we got a 10%, dividend, which amounted, to $2,594.10.
coming back to us. which
Coming
was
back to
very
us.
nice.
Yes.
We always
Good.
like getting.
Congratulations.
money that we
Yes,
Percent that
we got a dividend back.
We've been more careful.
So,
Something.
something.
Yeah,
We'll take it anyway.
we'll take it. Okay, so any other questions on, financials before I move on? All right, then we're gonna move on to the closed session. I'm
Okay,
assuming.
good night, Deborah. Have a great
Oh,
weekend.
yeah, thank you, Deborah.
Good,
I'm
thank you.
assuming,
Good
Dee, we
night. Have a
need
good weekend.
Thank you, you too. Dee, we need a closed session, correct? Just for
Yes.
informational?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, I will go into that. Oral announcement prior to closed session, Government Code 54957.7A. A representative of the legislative body to orally announce the items to be discussed in closed session prior to any closed session meeting. Item 7, closed session pursuant to Government Code 54957. Conference with legal counsel. Existing litigation, Government Code 54956.9D1. Fraser Park Public Utility District versus CNC Elite Properties LLC et al. Kern County Superior Court, case number BCV-24-1000199. Okay, and then item 8, closed session pursuant to Government Code 54957. Conference with real property negotiators, Government Code 54956.8. Properties, parcels, being discussed, 256-070-54, 256-070-55, and 256-520-13. Agency negotiators Lisa Schoenberg, Brahma Nyman, and Dee Jasper. The negotiating parties are Jeff French and Emily Wainwright. Under negotiation is the price and terms of payments. So with that, we are going to, the time is 4:09. We're going to go into closed session. I don't think this will be real long. It's just informational, I believe. And we will be back shortly.
I'm gonna go sit in Jerry's because I can hear better.
Water?
No, after.
Okay.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, is it over?
No, they're just in a closed session, so they'll be
Oh.
coming back shortly.
Okey doke. Let me mute myself and thank you.
You're welcome.
Put a provision, if we don't, we'll just pay them money, and if the project doesn't go through, we won't buy the land at all. And it's like, huh?
We're coming out of close, so
Yes,
come back in the lobby.
yes. Are we back? Okay, oral announcement following the closed session. Our closed session is ending. We're back in open session at 4. I'm gonna say 4:50, it's 4:49, but I have to read this. So oral announcement following closed session, Government Code 54957.1A. The legislative body of any local agency shall publicly report any action taken in closed session, and the vote or abstention on that action of every member present thereon. Actually, it's still 4:49, so we're coming out at 4:49 from closed session. And we did not take any action in the closed session. It was informational only. So we are now on item, back in open session on item 9.
Director Nyman joined at 4:30.
And Director Nyman joined in the middle of our closed session at 4:30. Okay, so item 9, discussion vote update on Fraser Park Lake of the Wood Consolidation Planning Project. 9A, discussion vote review of the project timeline and budget. I don't believe we have moved forward on that because at the state update meeting, we didn't have Ruben present, and so we couldn't really move on. Any
Right.
other information on that, Dee?
Yes, that's correct, Lisa. And I have a call
Okay,
in Ruben.
Okay, anything else on 9A? Otherwise I'll go to 9B.
Nothing else
Okay,
from,
9B. Okay, discussion vote on the acquisition development of well 8. We did do some discussion in closed session, but Dee, if you want to catch up what can be done in open session, as far as, I think we already said it, the court date last time,
But
but
it was 1:30. That's what they said at the meeting, at our meeting of 11 at 1, January 30th, hearing.
January 30th is what Director Nyman has written down as far as the hearing.
that's my
And
understanding.
we're not having to be present for that. It's the attorneys only. And that hearing is just to discuss the price to pay for the property.
Yes,
And that's probably straight from the appraisal, but we don't know until the court tells us.
that's correct.
So that's, is there anything else as far as, and then the other part that you discussed, which is we're going to stake, that can be discussed in.
Yeah, we
open
discuss
session.
that whenever you want to,
That's
yeah.
right now.
That would be right now.
Yeah, okay, so we, got permission from the owner of CNC Ranch to put our locks on the gates. And then, so tomorrow or early next week, the surveyor's gonna come out and stake out the permanent easement, temporary easement, and our pipeline easement. So we could do some improvements as far as weed control and roadway goes.
So we're moving forward on that. Any questions on 9B? Okay, 9C, discussion vote on the acquisition development of the well number 9 and additional booster and tank site properties, certificate of compliance, lot line adjustment, and property appraisals. We had discussed at the last meeting and at the state update meeting that we need to do a title search. we'd given the okay for Dee to do the title search, but we hadn't actually given the okay to cut the checks, or maybe we had, but we're gonna reiterate the check cutting this evening, so I'm going to entertain a motion.
I make a motion that upon receiving an email from Dee, with the, for us to do a title search with the amounts on there, that we,
The mountain company name.
the mountain company name, that we go ahead and cut the checks and let Dee go forward with the title search.
And take them around for signature before the next meeting.
And take them around for signature before the next meeting.
Sorry to add that. Is
I'll
there-
second it.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion of that motion or second? Okay, roll call directors, Director, keep waiting to see Garcia Gibson,
Yeah, aye.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Kelling,
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye, so that goes forward. We are going to cut 2 checks. After we just need that email invoice from you, Dee, and then Deborah will cut checks. And we will take them around for signature between now and the next meeting, and they will be given to you so that you can move forward on the title search.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anything else to be discussed on 9C right now?
Nothing here.
We can't really move forward till we do the total title search, so. And then, we are going to discuss as a group, payment, but that will be actually as part of the closed session negotiation, I think. So, okay, anything else on that? Otherwise, I'll move on to 9D. Okay, 9D, discussion vote on project municipal services review, quote draft, that's all done. We're just really at LAFCO, that's the only part that's left of that. I think we might wanna, I don't know if we wanna change that item up a little bit, but, anyway, we're at LAFCO and we did submit the common sense exemption. We're in a waiting period, which that waiting period ends in the beginning of February. Is that correct?
Correct. I think, the filed with the county on January 6th. And I think Tiffany, you put it in the state on the last day of December.
Yes.
Okay, so we're just still in that waiting period.
Yes.
So that's, so it's submitted and we're waiting to hear. So, any other questions on 9D? Do we want to change that up so that it only talks about, do we still need to talk about the MSR or do we just talk about LAFCO?
LAFCO now.
You can get rid of the draft MSR because we already approved it.
I
No
think we
longer
could
a
get
draft.
rid of everything except for the LAFCO information, LAFCO and common sense exemption. Because the scope of work is all that's done. Okay, moving on to 9E, the memorandum of understanding that's tabled, it's still tabled, it will continue to be tabled until the very close to the end of this project, which is a little ways off still. 9F, discussion vote on Lake of the Woods projects and consolidation. This is for Lake of the Woods. Take it away, Lake of the Woods, Pam.
Hey, guys. So I have the hiccups. I apologize if it happens. For our $5 million, I misspoke last meeting. I said our final claim was going in. It was our final construction claim. We still have soft costs for the NOC for county and state that we have to wrap up, but the next claim should be our final one. The next grant that we're working on, we haven't heard anything, so there's nothing new there. Well, number 4, nothing new. Our blending station, our samples for January, our nitrates were 2.6 and our fluoride was 1 from the blending station. And while information will be updated next week. So I'll have all that out to you, Dee and Johnny, once I get the results. That's it. You must have scared the hiccups out of me. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Are there any questions for Pam?
Nope.
Okay, then we are going to move on to the last item,
G.
which is G, which is discussing the claim 50. Do you want to discuss that, Carlos?
Yeah. For the board of directors fees, we have $500. Staff recovery costs, we have $66.30. We have one invoice from D Jasper and Associates, and that's for consolidation engineering. And that's invoice 24-0121R. And that total invoice is $2,555.75. And then we have two invoices for environmental work from Tom Dodson and Associates. And it's invoice FP 081-3 and FP 084-5. Those two invoices total $1,510. Then we have another few invoices from D Jasper and Associates, which I put them on this claim, even though we don't have a budget for design at this point, because I'm hoping by the time that we can start submitting claims that budget will also be approved. So if not, then I'll have to remove those. So we have invoice 24-01010, 24-01210, and 24-01117. And all three of those invoices come out to $29,098.35. So the total of claim 50 would be $33,730.40.
Okay, I would like to make a motion that we approve claim 50, even though we cannot submit it. But we're pre-approving claim 50 to be submitted upon the new contract. And the claim total is $33,730.40 with the invoices that Carlos had mentioned.
Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call directors, Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent, I forgot to say that last time, and Director Schoenberg is an aye. That motion passes 4-0-0 and one absent. And I don't think I said that on our last motion. But our last motion was the exact same 4-0-0 with one absent. And Garcia absent. Okay, so anything else on 9? Otherwise I'll move on to item 10. Okay, item 10, discussion about update on the Fraser Park meter replacement project and emergency well supply project. 10A, discussion about update on well number 7. That's basically Johnny.
Still waiting for Unified to get with us with the parts they said they couldn't return. Curtis was handling that, so I'm sure he's gonna, but so that still leaves that project open. Everything physically is done.
We're just waiting on also the progress payments, the final progress payments.
Yeah, which they can't really
Which they
do the
can't
final
do it
until they
we
give us
know,
the.
right.
Right, half the parts they thought they had in their yard, they had used,
Right.
so they can't just give us a blanket.
No, but they could subtract that whole thing out of
Yeah,
there
they could, yeah.
and submit it so we can get the claim going.
And you would think they would, because they think they would want their money.
But they may be confused about what they have and what they don't have, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so but everything else is done on that. The well's capped, just in case anybody wasn't here for that, and the fence is up. And we're just waiting on those items that we thought we had to pay for. That some of which are MIA now.
Right.
Director Nyman.
So Dee, you're gonna have Curtis follow up with Unified to, I mean, I'd like to get those the progress payment so we can get them submitted.
I know he's working on it. I'll mention it to him tomorrow at our meeting. And make sure that I know he's moving ahead with it, but I'll verify that.
Yeah, and they could probably do a separate invoice thing for that other stuff and just drop that off that progress payment. you know, the
Well,
whatever.
because it's separate payment, it's not part of the project.
Right, so it shouldn't be part of that progress payment deed.
No, that makes sense.
You know, the money, the inventory that we're gonna buy,
Yes,
they should give us a separate invoice and just drop that off the final paperwork that we submit to the state.
okay. Making a note.
Okay, anything else on that? Otherwise I'll move on to 10B.
Okay, on B, I thought we were done. But, we went to set vaults at the trailer park, meter day. There's a small leak on the meter. And there was a small leak on our service line going to the meter. Real small leak, so, we got a hold of Matt today and he's gonna get a hold of Bruff and have them come out. Fix that stuff, so it's a small thing, but then when you're done with that, then we'll be done with that project.
Okay. And that other leak that we never discussed, was that also a service line leak with a meter or something else? The one that was up on Mount Pine.
Oh, yeah, actually, no, I mean, it was just a leak, it wasn't really a service line, but. What happened there was the gas company marked their line. And it was 4 feet away from where they marked it, we're required to hand dig within 2 feet.
Okay, well, that's separate, but I mean, I
That's
just,
what
but
you're
it's
talking
not,
about.
yes, I know, but we can't, it's out of order if we talk about that here, but I'm just asking if that also had to do with the meter, but it did not.
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
we're done with everything except for that one last meter. And unless some warranty stuff comes up, but that's different, that's outside.
Okay.
Johnny, will
Okay.
Ruben be scheduling a walkthrough for that?
Sure. Let's do it,
Okay, all right.
come on down.
And then I think if people have a question about what you were just talking about, it needs to be on the next meeting.
Regular
because
meeting,
it's-
yeah.
Yeah, because it's a manager's report thing.
Yeah, I often wondered if we shouldn't add a manager's report to this.
We probably should.
bring it back.
Yeah.
originally on and then we removed it.
Yeah,
so we can put it
if
back.
we have it on there, then I
I-
can bring up stuff more readily that I may need to talk to you about.
I think it should definitely be on there because there's stuff that happens in between the
So
meetings.
put both of us on there again, cause you may have something too.
Okay, so, 10C, unless
Oh,
there's anything
Lisa,
else.
before we move on, have you guys submitted your final claims already for the meter and well project?
No,
Okay,
no, we haven't. We're still waiting for Bruff for us to get the final, progress payments on those. And then we'll still have to submit for the retention.
okay. Yeah, and then just FYI, you guys are
And
still
that's the
working
thing
on
with the well, it's the same thing. We're waiting for a progress payment and then we'll have to submit for retention.
The retention's a year, right? Before we pay out the final payment, is it, I thought it was like. or
No,
it's
once
just when
we,
the project's
once we
done,
sign off on the, once
Yeah,
we
once we
sign
do
off
the
on the
walkthrough,
project is complete,
Then you
then-
pay the 10%.
then you pay the
I was
retention.
just confused because I hadn't done those before.
Correct, Oscar, the retention, we're just waiting to do the walkthrough and get a final, the final progress payment, and then we can pay out the retention.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
So Bruff needs to know to fix that service line and the. meter
Yeah, they need
before-
to fix that stuff first before we'll pay the retention,
Yeah.
yeah.
we.
Okay,
Oh, am I?
go ahead, Dee.
Just a detail, we filed a notice of completion with the county recorder. And then 30 or 35 days after that, if nobody makes a claim, then we pay the retention.
That's right, I remember that now.
But we could submit the retention for us getting paid to our account.
But just not pay it.
And just
Yeah.
not pay it.
Yes.
Yeah, so Curtis will give us
And that's the point, we take the project sign down too, as well, right?
Yes.
After we pay out the retention and the project's complete, I can take down the project sign.
Yes,
We have a sign up for, yeah, on Monterey. Which reminds me, we still need to put a sign, if we could back up to, well, 8. Is that all right? Go back to well 8.
Right, right. So
Oh,
save
we
the
should
time
go
and
back.
we'll modify it, but, anyhow, yeah, as soon as we get an FA on that and, you know, if we have a funding agreement, we're gonna drill well 8, we'll have to put a sign up there.
Okay. So we jumped to 9 for a minute, now we're back in 10 again. So let's see, C, 10C, discussion vote on claim 35 and other claims and payouts.
So for
Be right back.
claim 35, we have 2 invoices. Of both are from D. One is for the well replacement project. That's invoice 24-01-213, and that's for project correspondence and fence restoration inspections. And that's in the amount of $1,612.30. And then we have another invoice for the meter replacement project. That's invoice 24-01-214. And that's for project correspondence, project as-built review, drawing research, and meter installation. And that's in the amount of $3,980.55. That brings the total for claim 35 to $5,592.85. And then I believe you guys have already received claims 29 through 33 from the state.
You just got it? Okay. Well, that's good. So then we can pay back the.
Which one?
Yeah, the next meeting.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve claim 35, for the invoices that, Oscar had mentioned. The total claim of $5,592.85.
Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, any discussion before we take a vote? Okay, Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Kelling.
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent, Director Schoenberg is an aye, that motion passes 4-0-0, 1 absent. We will be putting in claim 35. Okay, anything else to that before we move on to 10D? Discussion vote update on bridge loan requests and payments. We really don't need to do that until we.
So basically, like you just said, we got claims through 33, and so
We
a
can make
lot
a
of
payment.
those were a couple $100,000. So we'll pay back the bridge loan, and then once we get the other progress payments for the others, then we can go ahead and get a bridge loan to pay those progress payments while we're waiting for the claim to be approved.
Okay, thank you, Director
Tiffany?
Nyman.
Off the top of your head, do you recall when the term for this bridge loan ends? I know they're at a 6-month basis. I just can't recall what month it ends. That you guys may need to renew again.
I don't know. Tiffany, you have any idea?
Okay. What was your question?
Do we know when the bridge loan, our contract expires?
We re-signed it in August.
I think it's February.
Okay.
It's February, so we better renew it.
See if we can.
Okay. Then I'll talk to my management about that. I'll have a conversation with them tomorrow, just so that it's in their ear.
So we'll be making a payment, so they should know that because we received money back. But we are going to need to take out money again for that final payment on this project.
So maybe, you can have that to sign the contract, approve the contract for a 6-month extension. for the next meeting in February. And if you could have them try to
Have that
get that,
ready.
Oscar, have it ready for the second week of February for our next meeting.
Okay, definitely. I'll have that ready for you guys for the first board meeting.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, thank you, Oscar. Okay, anything else on 10 before I move to 11? Okay, 11, discussion vote update on pipeline replacement project. 11A, discussion vote on engineering and design. I don't believe anything's really changed on that. We are still waiting for Jesse Dollywall to approve.
Did you get a chance to ask Jesse that at the state update? 'Cause
He
I
wasn't there.
Wasn't there again.
He wasn't
But we
there.
just pass it on to Ryan.
And I emailed Jesse and then Dee also, I included Dee. Dee also asked for an update and we haven't heard nothing back.
I
And
also,
what Ryan was saying is that because they've taken on a bunch of projects that they're behind, they had to take on like a whole lot more projects. Which, because their, project area was expanded. And so I think that's what's holding him up. So he said that it may just, we have to keep bothering him.
Huh,
Yeah,
all right.
I can vouch for that. I know they've taken a lot of big projects. So he may just be swamped right now.
I left a phone call today as well.
Oh, thank you, Dee.
Great, thank you, Dee.
Hmm.
Okay, so anything else on that? Otherwise, 11B, discussion vote on the project application. Well, we can't go forward. Well, we don't need to do anything else on the application, correct? Carlos, we're just waiting for this approval, but
it's,
the application.
It's officially under review, so we just gotta wait. And like I said, that this review could take 6 to 9 months to a year. I did reach out to Ruben. I sent him an email asking if he can give me any kind of update but I haven't heard back from him.
Okay. Any other questions on 11? All right, moving on to item 12. Well, actually, I think it, well, no, I think we still need maybe Carlos, but 12 is discussion vote on the standby fee assessment. Who do we need on that?
Nothing new on my end.
Okay,
I emailed Sandra at NBS about the dates you were asking about. You had
yes.
put together dates for certain meetings. So her only suggestion, well, not a suggestion, but for the actual public hearing where we tally the votes, you guys had requested we do it at 7 o'clock. And they said, since we've already paid them basically to attend and do that for us, they need it a little bit earlier because they're gonna slot about 2 hours for vote tally.
Okay.
So it would go too late for them. So they're hoping maybe 5, if we could put it back a little bit.
Wow.
That way they can have their needed time.
Yeah, but you're talking about a public meeting. Who's gonna get here at 5?
Anybody who can.
Wow. They were complaining at 6. Wow.
Their complaining period.
Well, yeah, but I mean, people work and they, I mean, they don't get off till 5. It's hard to get here by 6. I mean, much less by,
And we actually want people to be there because if they're not there, then we're not
Yeah.
gonna have enough votes.
right.
I mean, is there a way to do it it has to be during the week? It can't be on the weekend?
Well, you asked me to submit that day. And, I don't know if they work on the weekends or not. I
But
can
yeah, we
ask
asked for
you if you
that
wanna
date
choose- yeah,
based on
because
the fact that we were going to have it later so people could
On a
actually get
Thursday
off work
evening.
and
Yeah,
attend.
Thursday evening, yeah.
So if you want me to ask about a different date, I can ask about a different one.
I
but you
think
have
we need to
figure-
ask and then we'll have to make a decision.
Even though I doubt, I don't
Thank you, Oscar.
think we're gonna get a ton of people either way, but
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Oscar. Because you don't have anything on the rate study, correct? That's Carlos?
That's Carlos.
Okay, so
That's
yeah, have a great weekend, Oscar.
Thanks. You guys have a good weekend as well.
See you at the next meeting. Okay, so, anything else on 12? We probably need to see if there's any other days, and if not, then we don't really have a choice.
You want me to ask about Saturdays in general?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Um,
Less people work on
Do you want-
Saturday.
I can ask her, but do you want to give me a specific date? Because I know we're gonna need to start.
What was the date of the one that we already had
Give me the
Thursday?
calendar. So
I
we
probably wrote it
said
down.
May,
13th.
We
Was
said
it
May
Thursday?
29th.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
May 29th public hearing.
So, it would be then, that Saturday would be the 31st.
Is that a holiday?
It might
No, not that I
Memorial
can.
Day?
oh, the Monday before the 31st would have been.
Yeah, Memorial Day is the 26th.
Oh, okay. I just know that there's a holiday there.
Right. But wouldn't that be the same day as the car show in town?
I think that's Memorial Day, isn't it?
It would be the weekend before. Okay.
Yeah, it is, because they put up all the flags,
Yeah.
right, for the car show.
Right, so the car show would be the
So I'll ask
24th.
her about the
theoretically.
31st.
Yeah, so we definitely do not want to do the
Not Monday,
24th.
Saturday.
Saturday, the 31st.
Yes.
Saturday, May. Okay, I'll see what she says. I don't know if they
And then
will.
I guess if we really had to, but I think it would be too late already, it would be the 7th of June, but we wouldn't want to go backwards to the 24th.
Oh, no. Yeah.
How come we don't want the
We
original
could.
date that you asked for?
And we would have to do 5 PM
Day
because,
4 or 5 PM. They
Lisa
want it.
wanted it at 7 PM, but 7 PM is late for NBS because they're gonna come up here
Oh,
and they requested 2 hours for the tally
yeah,
and the meeting, so it'd go too late for them.
I think they're, getting excited over the tally.
I know, I'm like, I didn't wanna say it.
I don't think it's gonna take us that long to tally it, but
no,
regular rate study takes longer.
yeah. Okay, so, but yeah, we don't want to go backwards because of the car show. That would be too crazy in town.
Yeah, half the people would be at the car show.
Right, so, and then it could be really any earlier, it could be a much earlier time if it's on Saturday, like a
Well,
7 AM or
If
whatever.
they, yeah, I'd have to ask them.
Yeah. So,
So, email.
and would we all be able to show up on that Saturday? Probably, yeah, so,
I'll check my calendar.
Yeah, so
the 31st and or the 7th.
you're the socialite.
Or the 7th. Okay.
That's funny.
So, on anything else on 12, otherwise I'm gonna go to 13. Item 13, discussion vote on the rate study. And the ad hoc is not met on this. Do we have anything else, Carlos?
No, I will let you guys know when he's ready to meet with you guys with the ad hoc. I'll give
Okay,
you advance warning.
Okay.
so I guess
Okay.
that would be it then. So you also could, go at this point, as can D.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
So
thank you guys. Have a good
very
weekend.
much. Yes. both of
Okay,
you.
I emailed you, Johnny, and CC'd you, Tiffany, with the request for the payment for the title company. So you should have that.
Thanks, sir.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Have a good evening and a good weekend. Keep the
You
tanks
too.
full. Keep the tanks full.
Hey, Roy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good night.
Okay, so moving, do we want to do a 10-minute recess?
No.
Okay, moving on to new business. Item 14, review and approve meeting minutes for 1/16/2025, the state update meeting.
I make a motion that we approve the State Update Standing Committee meeting minutes for January 16th, 2025, with any of the amendments that were sent to Tiffany previous to and after the meeting, as well as any additional amendments or typos or other errors that we may not have caught or may need to be corrected.
Okay, do we have a second to that?
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion or roll call directors? Roll call, Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent. I'm an aye. That is 4-0-0 with one absent. That motion passes. So the minutes are approved for 1/16/2025. Item 15, discussion vote on forming and or dissolving ad hoc committees. That's here in case we need to form or dissolve something, but I don't think we do tonight. So it's just gonna be on our agenda all the time, as we need it. And so that we can skip, I believe, unless there's any, things that somebody knows that we don't. Okay. Item 16, discussion vote on future agenda items.
Only that I'm gonna start bugging everybody for your sexual harassment and ethics training. It's
Or-
time.
Where are we supposed to do that at?
Online, like last year you did it online.
Yeah, you sent
Are
us
you,
the link.
you're gonna send us a link?
I can send you a link.
Yeah, that
Send
would
me
be
one too,
helpful.
please.
Yeah. So we all have to get that done.
Oh,
Okay, oh, fun.
Has it been 2 years?
Gotta learn the new laws every year.
It's been 2 years.
Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, so anything else besides that? The agenda, no, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call directors, Director Gibson,
Aye.
Nyman.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Garcia's absent, Director Shelburne's an aye. We're going to adjourn this meeting. The time is 5:24. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lake of the Woods.
Good night, everyone.
At the
Good
next
night.
meeting. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.